Hi everyone. So welcome everyone to yoga with me, Marina White Raven, and I've been asked for more bells, so this is for you, Jenny. Yeah, clarity at the bell. Let's do it twice actually, just for good measure. Okay. And actually today, I'm not going to start until midday. Today, after the initial warm and limber up, I'm going to do every posture twice. And this is for two reasons. One is because if people are new, they might want to watch the first time and then practice the second time. But also it's really good to practice a posture twice in a row, because you get to actually, first of all, you're finding the posture and getting into it, and if you return straight away, then you can kind of breathe a bit more broadly into that posture. So I'm a fan of repetition and slowness, both good things. I'm just checking because I couldn't see the position of my mat, and I don't think it's a very good position. Sorry for this bit of faffing around. Is that better or worse? I don't know. I'm trying to see where the edge of the mat is. Okay, well, I might have to move around a little bit. We're just coming into 12, so welcome everybody. I'm happy to have you here. I think I've made it worse. Sorry, this is like, yeah, my phone is a slightly different angle to how it was yesterday. I'm just going to adjust it because otherwise the whole thing is going to be a bit off. Okay. Hi. So, yes, as it's Friday, I've got the red lipstick on and the stripy trousers. I hope that doesn't cause too much interference. So, let's just start off by energizing the body. If we're feeling a little bit, let's come to our feet. So everyone's going to come to their feet, and you're going to bring your feet, sides of your feet together, right up close. And try and bring as much of your legs into contact with each other as well. So they're squeezing the thighs together. And you feel straight away, activating the body. Then as you breathe in, you're going to lift the arms up, bring the palms together above the head. You can't see them, but my palms are together. If you want to, actually, you can even interlink the fingers for even more kind of energizing. And then on the in-breath, you come up on your toes, squeeze everything together, hold the breath, and then on the out breath, also through the nostrils, you come back down to your heels, lower the arms down. Just reset, let's do it, let's try it again. Breathing in, lifting up the arms, bring the hands together, breathe in, hold, come up onto the toes, tippy toes, and then breathe out slowly. Really see if you can release that out breath slowly, bring your heels down slowly, with control, with effort, breathing in again. Getting some energy, extend the arms up, squeeze the arms together, squeeze the legs together, come up onto your toes, hold your breath and breathe out slowly. Slowly breathing out through the nostrils. So let's come on to doing some, releasing. My mum asked for this one, so Mum Monica, this is for you, the breath, releasing the tension that is kind of, we're constantly managing. So feet hips width apart, breathing in, lift the arms up, look up, stretch up, and on the out breath, release everything on that breath. Try and get it all out, all the breath that's in your body. Breathing in again, look up, extend up, and then out breath. Bend the knees, let everything flop down. So you can take a breath in between if you need to, but just keep going. You can do this in your own time. You don't have to be coordinated with me. It's what feels good to you. Breathing in and then breathing out. So strong, vocalized out breath. Good to be vocal. We should not be singing, chanting, making sound. Very important to feel our voices, particularly on our own, to actually talk out loud, speak out loud, sing mostly. Let's do one more. Fresh new in-breath, empty out everything that's in the way, all negativity, everything that's kind of making you feel tense. And then we're going to loosen all of that up by bringing the feet a bit wider apart, maybe as wide as your mat if you're on your mat, or at least wider than the shoulders. Now your knees are nice and bent. We're going to do these lovely twists so that you're twisting on your central axis. We're not moving by using our arms. Our arms are completely floppy. So sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes we're holding so much tension we don't realise, and it's very difficult to release that tension. But see if you can let your arms be super floppy, and they're just swinging around, and you're swinging your body. And if you can turn to look right behind you, if your balance is okay, you can even come up off of the heel. So if I'm turning towards my left, I'm coming up off my heel of my right foot. Important that you bend the knees. Okay, let everything just be free. This is loosening everything up. And also see if you can let the backs of your hands go smack into the lumbar region, the lower back. And that's where you get a little bit of an energy boost to your system. Yeah, it feels good to do that. And let everything just gradually slow down. And if you weren't getting that kind of little pop with the backs of the hands, then just do that now separately. So just pummeling the lower back with the backs of the hands. Feels good. You feel that little bit of energy boost? Yeah, everything we need. And also, you can rub the knuckles, the backs of the hands, along the base of the spine. Feel that? And if you're not sure where, it's just where feels good. Where feels good. Yeah, that'll get your energy coming up and get your kundalini rising. Good. And as another little kind of energy boost and a little mood brightener, this is a great one. You can do this any time of the day if you feel like you just need to brighten and lift your mood. It's like I'm doing this with stiff fingers, I'm pummeling this whole chest area. You can also do this with soft fists, just pummeling all over that area. Yeah, notice how you feel afterwards that as well. I always feel like, oh yeah, a little bit of a boost. And sometimes that's all we need, a little bit of a lift out of some kind of slump or kind of tense place. Let's come into a bit of cross crawl. So this is a bit like brain gym, connecting and coordinating the body with the mind. So we start off by lifting the left knee and meeting it with the opposite hand. And you can do this again at your own speed. If you're finding that difficult, you can do it quite slowly. And if you're feeling like, oh, I need to get some energy up here, you can do this with a little bit of a hop, more aerobically. That's up to you. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing, but with the leg outstretched, meeting the toe with the opposite hand. Good. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Keep noticing where your mind is going, what it's getting drawn to. I talk a lot because I hear that it helps people keep their focus. So, and because I'm trying to describe things and hopefully they'll be clear enough for you. So taking the leg out to the side and the opposite arm comes over the head. Let the other arm just hang there forwards. So we're getting a nice opening in the side body here. Good. Breathe. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Yeah. Feel your body. Notice how it feels. Everything's connecting up. And then we're going to bring the knee up and take the elbow over to the other side of that knee if we can, or aiming towards that anyway. Get the knee as high as you can. Move in your own pace. You know, if you're starting off, take it slow. You know, you're where you're at, and you will see, if you practice regularly, you will see the difference. You will see the difference, and you will see, and you'll feel yourself becoming much more resilient and strong, supple and stable. And then we're going to do the opposite, so opening up, so we open up the hip, lifting the knee, and we open up that shoulder and the chest. Breathing in and out. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Most of the time we're in our yoga practice, we're keeping the breath in and out through the nostrils. Good. Doing great. And then finally, this is the one that will hopefully bring a smile to your face. So we standing on the right foot, but try and put the weight onto the ball of the foot, bend the knee and put the foot behind you, and the other arm goes over the head so it looks like this, and then you're swapping. And if it's kind of all going completely disorganised, then at least keep the smile part. It's good to be able to be light and laugh at ourselves. Good. And just take it easy for a moment, just settle. Breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Just let everything settle. Good, okay. Let's come to our, actually let's do a little ragdoll. I think a ragdoll would be nice at this moment, just to do a bit more releasing and also focus on releasing the spine. So feet hips width apart, knees are nice and soft. Just rest your hands on your thighs, bring your chin to your chest and let your whole head, the weight of your head, bring you forward. Let everything hang forward. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. And then just let yourself hang there. If the arms reach the floor, that's okay. Or you might want to hold on to your elbows, or if it feels too strong, rest your elbows on your knees. Or even if you have some furniture, you want to rest onto that. You shouldn't be going into any force or strain or pain, for sure. We are practicing with ahimsa, and that is non-violence. And that non-violence starts with ourselves. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. You can even give it a bit of sound, why not? Good, so let's just slowly roll up, keeping the knees bent, leaving the head heavy, see if you can feel the weight of that big heavy head. Try and keep the knees bent the whole time so you can roll up through the body and come to standing. Good, let your feet sink into the ground, let your head lift up. A good way to lengthen the back of the neck is just tuck your chin in. It's almost like drawing your chin in slightly, and you can just feel the length coming into the back of the neck. Okay, so we're going to come into some standing postures now. Hopefully feeling a bit more energized. So standing at the front of your mat or wherever you're working, so you've got space to step back behind you, that's the important thing. You can bring your hands together, keep your chest lifted, heart open, shoulders back. Knees are nice and soft. That is not bent and it's definitely not locked, okay? So you can feel your feet. Put the weight onto the left foot. Take a big step back with the right foot. This is for triangle, Trikonasana. So the hips are squared to the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, extend the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the palms, open the chest. Breathing out, reaching over to your left and then down. Make contact with the leg there. Front or back of hand, that's okay. And then reaching up with the right hand. Reaching right up to the ceiling, into the fingertips. And try and keep that right shoulder away from your ear. You want to create space here. And breathe. Most importantly, breathe. Keep the right hip back. Notice if you're locking your knees, soften the feet by lifting the toes and placing them down. So we're going to use an in-breath to come out, and if you find it helps to soften coming out, you can bend into the knee as you come up as well. It's a little tip. And lower the arms down on the out-breath. Smooth and with poise and maybe even some grace. Good. Breathe. You don't need to move. I'm moving so I can be always with you. Feet hips width apart. Other side now. So we're going to just step back with the left. Don't forget we're going to do this all twice. So don't worry if you're watching now. Put the weight onto the right foot. Step back with the left. Feet are at a right angle to each other. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the palms. Open the chest. Expand, and on the out breath, reaching over to the right and down. Make contact with the leg, reach up with the left hand. Keep that shoulder away from your ear. Look up at your hand if your neck is okay with that. If it's not, then just keep your head looking forwards, or even just looking down to the ground is fine as well. But don't let your head loll. Keep the neck nice and straight, and straight is straight in alignment with your spine if you like. Use the in-breath to come up. Remember, you can bend into that knee if that helps you. And lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into the left knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Okay, don't forget we're going to do this twice. Everything is twice today. So, again, take a breath. We'll take a little break after this second triangle. Put the weight onto the left foot. Step back with the right. Notice how it feels. Does it feel more familiar? Breathing in, extend the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand the chest, open the hands. Breathing out, reaching over to the left and down. Notice, maybe I can go a bit further this time because your body is familiar with it. Reaching up with the right hand, and you can even press against that leg there, so you're opening the chest, so that the chest wants to see the ceiling as well as your eyes and your fingers. Unlock the knees, soften the feet. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Dig deep with that breath. Keep extending all the time. Keep checking around your body. Notice where your mind is. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into the right knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment there. Notice. Put the weight onto the right foot. Step back with the left. Right angles with the feet. Breathing in. Extend the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Extend the fingertips away from each other. And on the out breath, reaching over to the right and down. Reaching up with the left hand and just pressing against that lower leg there. Open the chest to the ceiling. Just notice, how does it feel? I feel a little bit more open in my left side after doing this twice. Breathe. Unlock the knees, soften the feet. Feel that all the limbs are extending away from your centre. Good. Keep the breath in and out through the nostrils. Use the in-breath to come back up. Remember, you can always bend into that knee to help you up. And lower the arms on the out-breath. Nice and smooth and soft. Bend into the left knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Just take a moment here. Okay. That's a little bit of a restoration, and just to connect us with our breath. We started quite energized today, so I just want to have a little poise, a moment of poise and connection with breath and body. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift the arms up, come up onto your toes, extend, turn the palms, and breathing out, the palms are coming downwards, you can see now actually, as I breathe out, and the heels are coming back down to the floor. So we'll do this a few times, matching the movement to the breath. So you don't have to do it at the same time as me, breathing in all the way up, coming up onto the toes, and turning the palms down as I come back down to earth. If you're finding it very difficult to come up onto the toes, you can just do the arms, but still have a feeling of elevation, lift. It's like you're extending, you're not just lifting the arms up, you're extending them up to the ceiling, and then turn the palms, and they come back down. This little twist of the arms, why that's really good by having the palms going up as you come up, is you're getting a bit of a opening in the shoulders as well. And kind of on a different kind of level, we're thinking about the energy, lifting up that energy, opening up, receptive, pulling ourselves up, reaching up to the heavens. And as we come down, we're coming down to our little earthly human selves. And both these aspects or ways of looking at ourselves are really equally important. You know, we can get super high and all spiritual and all of that, and we can also get a little bit too earthly. So it's the weave of these things that is important. Let's do one more. All the way up, extend up, push up off the toes, breathing out, all the way down. Nice and smooth with the breath as you can. Good, good, good. And let yourself land. Take a moment there. We're going to come into another posture twice. Warrior two. So a bit stronger. Feet, hips width apart. Front of your mat or working area. Palms together. Lift the chest. Lengthen the body. Keep that. Think about the position of your pelvis. So pointing the tailbone down. Take the weight onto the left foot. Big step back with the right. Bigger, much bigger than we just did with the triangle. And the foot, remember, the angle of the foot isn't as strong. It's not a right angle. The back foot is slightly more pointed forwards. Square the hips. Breathing in, lift the arms up, lift the whole rib cage As you breathe out and bring the arms down, keep that lift. Look down the left arm, breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to bend into the left knee. It's going to follow your toes, the direction of your toes, directly forwards. And as that's happening, push back with that right foot. The right heel is pushing down very firmly. And don't forget these arms, extending away from each other. Beautiful. But also the shoulders down. They're not hunched up by the neck, by the ears. So your feet, think about the weight being even between the feet. Come up on the in-breath now. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into that right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. It might be a couple of steps that it takes to bring you back to the front of the mat. That's okay. Shift the weight onto the right foot. We're going to step back. Big step back with the left foot. Big step. Check the angle of your feet. Square the hips to the front edge of the mat, or this long edge. Breathing in, extend the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. And breathing out, look down that right arm. Bend into the right knee on that out breath. The knee is following the angle of the toes, okay? What will happen is that knee might want to collapse in, but don't let it. Make sure the knee is going in the same direction as the toes. And put some real effort into pushing that left heel back, the back foot back. Keep extending. Check your back arm isn't dropping. That's what happens often when we're not looking, it just goes. Come up on the in-breath, lower the arms on the out-breath, bend into that left knee to bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Those of you who've been practicing with me the last few days, you might be starting to find that you're developing a bit of more ease with these movements coming back and forth, like I just didn't. You start to get a bit more used to that. So again, same posture again. Let's see how it is the second time. Put the weight onto the left foot. Big step back with the right. Big warrior step. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, look down that left arm. Look where you're going, warrior. As you bend that left knee, don't forget, with equal emphasis, you're pushing into that back heel, the back of that outside edge of that right thigh is strong, grounded. See if you can sink down centrally. Your body is upright, it's not leaning forwards. Feel that there's even weight between both the feet. Breathe deeply. Ungrip the toes. Lifting and lengthening the torso, keep the shoulders down. So much going on in this posture. It's strong, but it's stable. It's stable. It's all about stability. Come up on the in-breath, lower the arms on the out-breath, bend into that right knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment. Breathe in and out through your nostrils, settle yourself. Put the weight onto the right foot. Big step back with the left. Big step. Maybe shuffle a little bit if you think, oh, it's not wide enough. Just shuffle the feet a little bit till it is right. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, you're bending that right knee. It's going in line with the toes. Have a little check. Look down on the inside of that knee, and you should be able to see the big toe there. If you can't, try and get the knee out of the way. And that will mean you open up your hips. So that's a little tip there. All the time, putting more emphasis on that back foot, because that's what your body will want to lean forwards. Don't let it. Keep pulling as if I was pulling your left arm back. Sink down. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment here. Breathe. And we're going to come into a little squat. So give it a go. You have options here. If you'll find squatting quite easy, then you can just come down into a squat. If your feet are flat like me, then you're away. It's easy. You can just put your hands on the ground, let your head hang. If your heels are lifted in this position, then you might feel a bit wobbly. It doesn't feel very restorative. So use cushions. And as you're at home, you've probably got loads of cushions around. So you can just rest your heels on the cushions. Many as you need, or a block, whatever you need. And if it feels impossible, most likely because of hips and knees, then just come into a squat but rest on some furniture. but just squat your body down, but so you're holding on to something secure. So give a bit of release in the hips there. So let everything just hang. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. In through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Release. Put the weight into the hands. And come up into a ragdoll position. So this is with the knees bent, feet are on the ground, obviously. By that I mean feet aren't gripping the ground. The feet are nice and open to the ground. It's just bringing our awareness into our feet actually is useful. And let the body hang, particularly the head. So release that neck from being so busy and active. Again, breathe into the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. And we'll just lift up from the base of the spine. So you're starting with a focus on the base of the spine. Keep the knees bent, leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy. Slowly unfurl, uncurl like a little spring flower opening up to the sunlight. Yeah, feel yourself brand new. Lots of space in the spinal column. Feeling good. Okay. Lift the shoulders up and just drop them down. Let's just do that again because we're doing everything at least twice. We're going to come into a balance. In fact, we're going to do a moving balance for some fun. And also, again, keeping our focus on our breath. Without the breath, we're not really practicing yoga at all. Without the breath, we're not even alive. So, it's by really bringing our consciousness to our breath, it can completely change our whole lives. I don't say that lightly either. I have experienced that. And many people have been doing that for a long time, much longer than me. So on the in-breath, you're going to lift the arms up. You're going to see if you can lift that right leg up. See if you can hold that and breathing out, lower it down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll do this a few times. Breathing in, you're just going to lift up that knee, bring the hands together and slowly lower down. Now if you're feeling, you can continue with that. If you're feeling like I need a little bit more or want something more, you can extend that foot out, then bring it back and then lower down. So you have options there. Do what feels good to you, Change, breathing in. If you want to, you can extend that leg, so pushing that heel out. That's quite tricky, and then lower down. I'll just do that one again, breathing in all the way up. Extend the foot, and as you're going to bend the knee again, and then lower down. I'll do it a few more times, because you might just be finding it now, and it's frustrating when you don't get a chance to get something right. Maybe not right, but get an experience of something. So I'll do it a few times. The breath is key with this. In breath, do it in your own time. Breathing in. Extend the foot if you want to do that. Bend the knee again. Then drop the hands down. Drop the foot down. Breathing in all the way up. Extend that foot. Bend the knee. Bring it down. It certainly focuses the mind, this practice. So you have the choices. You can extend the leg or just lift the knee. Lower down with the out breath. Do it in your time. Really take time to switch over the weight from one foot to the other. We'll do one more each side. Balance is so important, but the body has to be constantly trained in this to maintain our balance, and also the balance of our mind and our mentality. Balance, yes, everything. Okay, now this is a fun one I thought we would do, and also again the voice, making the voice strong, and our breathing capacity in the chest. This is super important, particularly right now, but it always is actually. And self-expression. So this one is a real favourite of mine, the Goddess, and I don't know if it actually exists as a posture, but I've kind of integrated a few different things to make this. So you'll see I'm getting my feet very wide, but my feet, hopefully you can see them, at about 45-degree angle. So they're not pointing forwards, but they're not like ballet feet, which is hard anyway. Ballet feet. But they're about 45-degree angle. Really, it's so that when you bend your knees, your knees are going to go in line with your feet. So you can adjust that angle if that's better for you to be a bit further out, that's fine. So everyone just try that a little bit. Actually really good for your legs and your knees and mobility. But as you're doing this, try and keep your back straight. So rather than bending forwards as you do this, the back is staying upright. You're going to have to use a bit of strength in the abdominals to support the lower back there. So keep the bottom tucked in, or more of a feeling of pointing the tailbone down. So you can do this a little bit. I don't want to tire you out, but this is good. Strengthening for the thighs, opening the hips, everything's going on here. So that's the leg part. The arm part looks like this. So I breathe, I bring my hands together. This is how we start. When we breathe in, you can look up, and then the arms come out like kind of, I think this is called cactus arms, with the fingers straight and the knees are bending in this position. A bit like I think it's like those Mayan goddesses have this kind of strong pose. So there's still another thing to add, so don't worry about the other part. We're just going to get the mechanics right first. Breathing in and then breathing out through the mouth. Okay, so breathing in all the way up and then breathing out through the mouth. Fingers really straight. So we'll do it one more time. Good. This is the fun part. So when we're doing this, I'll show you the whole thing together. And this comes, I've taken this part from the lion pose, if those of you are familiar with that pose. And so this is how it looks all together. I breathe in, and as I breathe out, okay, so what I'm doing is sticking my tongue out really, really a lot, as if I want to make my tongue go onto the floor. Okay, it's like the Kali, the goddess Kali. And also the eyes as wide as possible. In fact, I have a picture, I just see it right here. Kali is just right here for you to see. That's what you're trying to do. Okay, you're going to be really scary, but you're going to get that kind of Kali energy, draw it up, so it's like a bit of an earthquake in you, and release a lot of tension, but also this sound in the throat, it's like a rasping sound. Just try that on its own, just to get used to it. We'll do it more than once, so don't worry. We'll give you a warm up first of all. So feet nice and wide, just make sure you're in the right position. Let's try this all together now. Good. Reset. Let's try that again. If you're feeling silly, good. It's good to feel silly. And let's do it one more time. So come on, give it your full power. Breathe in. Good. Very good. Okay, now we've done this goddess. We're just going to counteract that a little bit with our universal prayer. So give everything a little shake. Just shake everything off a little bit. We've kind of blasted a bit of energy out, and now we're going to come into a more, developing our receptivity, if you like. We've been doing this a lot, and I think this is a great practice to do every day, with me or without me. Breathing in all the way up, bring the hands up, look up at the hands, and as you breathe out through the nostrils, bring the hands to the heart center. Very simple. Breathing in all the way up, look up, bring the hands together. Good. It's very soft, but there's definitely emphasis in the breath, and also paying attention by watching what you're doing will keep your focus and keep your attention on what you're doing, which is moving and breathing. Soften the knees if you're standing. You can do this sitting down as well if you're just watching for fun. Good. And then as we lift our hands up with the palms facing upwards, we're feeling a sense, or just bringing into our consciousness, what do I feel grateful for today? This is a good practice, particularly at the moment. What do I feel grateful for? And just allow those things to come into your mind, into your heart. And as your hands come down to the heart center, really feel how that lands in your body. How does that feel when I feel grateful for my breath? Properly grateful. How does it feel to be alive, to be breathing? When I feel grateful for, I know, my family, my parents for taking care of me. And how does that feel when it lands in your body? Yeah, and you can do this with your eyes closed as well as looking, if you want to have that more internal experience. And then we'll see, what do I need now, today? So let's reach out to the universe and see what we really need and draw it into the body. So this is increasing our receptivity to the abundance and awesomeness of the universe, of nature. Even in these precarious times, there is beauty, and there is love, and there is support, and there is awesomeness, true awesomeness. All you got to do is look up in the sky. All you got to do is look into someone's eyes. All you got to do is breathe. Just let the hands settle now. So I think it's the last one. Let the hands settle at your heart center. Make contact with your physical, this place, the sternum with the thumbs there. Keep lifting the chest. Feel that breath moving in your chest, in your heart space. Yeah, feel your aliveness. Feel your sense of aliveness. You may be feeling all sorts of feelings in your heart. And maybe it feels a little bit overstimulated. You might be feeling overwhelmed at the moment. You might be feeling numbness. Just accept whatever is right now. How does it feel? Okay. Just let that go. We're going to come to the ground in a moment. But first of all, we're going to do a squat. But first of all, as we're doing everything twice, we're going to do chair posture. This is strong. So just warning you. Feet to hips width apart. Don't forget, it's your hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint that we're thinking about the distance, okay? Everything is aligned. Feet are parallel. Breathe in, lift the arms up. They're going right up. So your whole body is a long line, okay? And on the out breath, keep that tummy strong and imagine you're going to sit back onto a comfortable chair, making sure that as you bend your knees, they're not splaying out or coming together. You can keep the neck in line with your arms, so you're looking down at the ground a little bit. Keep extending the arms away though, that helps to counterbalance. And when you find a place like yours, if you're sitting on a chair, and you can just hold it there, breathe strongly, come on, draw up your power. I use the in-breath to come back up, and don't stay there too long. I'm breathing out. You might want to give your legs a shake there. Good work, everybody. Good work. So now we are going to come down to the ground. So slightly different, but the same kind of feeling. Extend the fingertips away from you. Some of you might want to actually have the sofa behind you. You're going to sit on. That's okay. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, just strengthen your abdominals, your belly, to allow you to sit back deeply. So you're lengthening through the spine, you're counteracting or counterbalancing by extending the fingers forward but keeping the shoulders down. And see if you can do this really slowly and keep breathing in and out through your nostrils as you go down. And when you land, just let yourself land and bounce the knees up and down. Doesn't it feel nice to be on the ground again? This is why it's worth making the effort, because then you appreciate the rest. But we're not resting yet. We're just going to feel ourselves on the ground for a moment. So legs are out in front of me. That says to me, seated forward bend. So we're going to do a slightly different version of the way we've been doing it. And we're going to bend that right knee, bring that into the chest, and take that knee out to the side. Okay. If your knee is kind of high up here, then I would suggest putting on a cushion or even two cushions or a folded-up cushion so it's supported. Okay. So please do that. If it's on the ground, not on the ground, but if it's not feeling like it's tense, then it's fine. And the foot goes on the inside of the thigh. My body at the moment is between the two knees, so I want to get it more like it's facing this outstretched leg. The outstretched leg is there, and the toes are pointing towards the ceiling. So I'm going to do a twist. Take the left hand behind me, not too far away. Try and keep it close to your body. And take the right hand onto the outside of that knee. Okay. So So as always with any movement of the spine, we're extending first and using the breath to help us do that. So breathe in, lengthen, lift the chest, shoulders down. And as you breathe out, you're just going to twist the body, starting or led by that left shoulder going around to the left. And only when the shoulder's gone as far as it can, then you really take your head around the nose and the eyes, keep dropping the shoulders. Every in-breath you're lengthening, lifting the chest. Feel that length in the waist. And then on the out breath, just twist back to the front. So hopefully you're in line with this leg now. I keep just checking to see that I'm in vision. I hope I am. If I'm not, don't worry too much, just listen to the voice and just try and follow. So now we're going to go down this leg. We're going to do it in an easier way. So we're just going to walk down the leg with our hands. But looking towards the toes, don't look at the knee, because then we've kind of given up. It's like a flop. We're trying to keep that back nice and straight as we come down. And it could be that we only get so far. It's however far you feel that you can go whilst maintaining that nice straight back. This is not what we want. Hunched forwards, we keep the shoulders back. The chest is leading. The heart is leading. That's a good way of looking at it. Look to the toes. Stay bright. Stay with your body. Stay connected. And go wherever you can. And when you get to a point of discomfort, not pain, then you breathe. You might want to just come back a little bit, breathing in. Lengthen the spine, lift the chest, shoulders are down and away. Remember, you're leading with your heart, you're leading with your chest. Imagine there's a big eye on your chest and it wants to see the toes. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. And think about the sitting bones. They're going back behind you, to the wall behind you, and your chest is going forwards. So this is a really good posture, all these seated bends, forward bends, for really connecting with your breath and noticing that tiny bit of release you get at the end of the out breath. And the longer you can make that out breath, the more space the body has got to respond. The body takes time, it's taking care of you. Your resistance is actually your friend here. Let's walk the hands back up the leg. Lift that right knee. Lift the left knee as well, and we'll just kind of hug those knees. Let your head drop to your knees if you want to. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Give yourself a moment there. And then all you've got to do is extend that right leg out. Keep that left knee bent. Draw that up towards you. And then you're going to let that knee fall out to the side. Don't forget to use your cushion underneath your knee if you need it. Okay? Otherwise it can just make you feel very tense if it's kind of hovering there. Now we're going to let's do this twist to get ourselves in line with this leg. So we take the right hand behind. Notice how I've got my forearm connected with my back. It's a nice feeling of support there, and also it helps to keep me upright. Left hand on the outside of that knee, so you've got something to push against, although not too strongly. Then the next bit, most importantly, is breathing in. Imagine there's like a rope lifting you up, or a string lifting up your heart here. Shoulders down. And as you breathe out, that right shoulder's coming around to the right, first of all. Your head is just staying where it is. And then, when your shoulder can't go any further, then you turn your head, turn your neck. Look over your right shoulder, without pushing or forcing. This is, yoga is not about pushing or forcing or achieving. It's about becoming more intimate with your body, with yourself. It starts with the body. So we start becoming more aware of our body in space and our breath. Bring your attention to that. Breathe in one more time, untwist to the front. And when we develop a better intimacy with ourselves, just bend that left knee, bring it back up, and the right knee, bring that up. Let your head drop down. Then we can start to become much more intimate with the whole world, with the whole universe, and of course each other. Truly intimate and authentic. That's certainly my experience, what I've experienced from yoga. So I'm talking from many years of experience. And believe me, I'm a very practical person. I would not waste my time doing something that didn't have practical and useful implications. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. And maybe for fun, what might be nice here is just coming into this cosmic egg. So you're holding your legs and letting your feet just hover above the ground. And also try and keep your thighs in contact with your body, or that's where you're working towards. If there's something I'm saying and you're thinking, oh, I'm nowhere near that, don't worry, you know. It's just, the goal is not the goal, it's just a kind of navigation point that we're moving towards. That is the point. Like life, really, the same thing, you know, because the end point, well, that's obvious. Okay, and then release. Extend the legs out in front, bend the knees, bounce the knees up and down. And we're going to just slowly lower down. Extend the fingers towards the toes, slowly lower the body down. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. And I know some of you are just going to go straight away to lying down, but make the effort to do this, even if it's only a little bit, because you'll feel so much better when you do lie down. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Let everything go once you're down. My mat has just rumpled up a little bit. Lying down in Shavasana, the corpse pose. Noticing that I think I'm a little bit in the dark, so I'm going to just adjust something there. Hopefully that helps. I don't know if it does or not. The corpse pose, feet, put some space between the feet, the heels. Put some space between your body and your arms. Palms are facing upwards. Okay. And the nose is pointing directly upwards and the chin is slightly tucked in. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. And out through the mouth. Yeah, you deserve it. Deserve some rest and restoration. Feel your breath in your body. Enjoy that feeling. Good. Feel your breath. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel your body. And just feel the impact of your efforts in this moment. And then just hug the knees. It's going to feel good. Rocking and rolling on the ground, hugging the knees, enjoy your body. Okay. Let's extend the arms and legs up to the ceiling. Let's move the fingers and toes. You may want to flex the ankles and wrists just to give them a little bit of attention. And then we'll rotate them all, okay? Just rotating the hands, or the wrists and the ankles, and then go in the other direction. Good. And bend the knees and hug the knees once more. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Feet are close to the buttocks here. Hips width apart, feet are parallel. Hands are flat down, chin is tucked in tightly to the chest. No bubbles in the waist, I'm going to take it off. On the in-breath, you're going to lift up the hips, draw up your pelvic floor, or mula bandha if you're familiar with that. Open the whole front of the body, breathing in, and then on the out-breath, you're going to roll down the spine, rolling down from the top down to the bottom. When the bottom reaches the floor, then you can just roll. Like a little, it's kind of nice when you're going to do this little pelvic tilts as you do that, so you can almost breathe in and breathe out, rocking that. That's another alternative. If you don't feel like coming into that bridge, you can just rock that pelvis back and forth with the breath. Use the in-breath, those of you who are with me, lifting up, opening the chest. Chest is coming towards the chin, knees are working away to the opposite wall. Try and make sure you're really using your thighs here to keep the knees and ankles level. So what sometimes happens is the knee starts splaying out or coming together. So try and keep that even. So it's almost a feeling, and actually if you have a block at home, you can put a block between your thighs to keep that space even. So making sure that you're really working in a good way, in a productive way. Keep the chin tucked in. We're going to keep coming up and down with the breath. Breathing in, coming up. And breathing out, slowly roll down the spine. And it might not feel very snake-like your spine yet, important word yet, but if you work you know, if you do this regularly, your spine will become more supple and more stable. And those are the key words for me. They're not just in your body but in your mind, becoming stable and supple. My preferred words. Good. Next time your back lands on the ground, once again just hug your knees. Draw the knees to the chest. Rock and roll, side to side. Enjoy that feeling. Put the feet on the floor, slide the legs away. So we're going to do a simple little breathing and moving now, just to slow everything down a little bit. This is a very nice one. I don't even remember where I learned this from. It might be from the Shavasana tradition, I'm not sure. So you can let me know if you know. So breathing in, you lift the arms up and they come over the head. We'll do this a few times, so take time to find it. As you breathe out, you're going to draw the knees up. So that's going to require you to press the back into the ground. And you'll feel your abdominals will start to work as you lift the knees up to your chest. That's out breath. In breath, you're expanding. So in breath, expansive. Push the heels up to the ceiling. In breath. Out breath, bend the knees back into the body. And then in breath, you can either extend the legs away if you really want to use your abdominals, but keep the back glued to the ground. That's one way. Or you can put the feet on the floor and slide the legs away. And the last movement of the sequence is bring the arms, on the out breath, bring the arms back to close it down where we started from. I'll keep talking you through, don't worry. In breath, the arms come up slowly. In breath, in breath, in breath. Out breath, push the back into the ground, draw the knees up to the chest. In breath, extend, push the heels up to the ceiling, stretch the backs of the legs, breathing out, bend the knees. Breathing in, extend the legs away from you. Don't worry, if you can always sweep the feet across the ground. Breathing out, bring the arms forward. And the arms rest at the end of the in-breath. Out breath, sorry. Then the in-breath begins. So in-breath is always an expansive movement. We're expanding, and in the out-breath, we're drawing the knees up, we're contracting. In-breath, extend, push the heels up. Out-breath, contracting, bring the knees in. In-breath, expanding. Out-breath, contracting or closing it down. And this is the way of the universe, right? Expansion and contraction. Both need to happen. Out-breath. In-breath, extend the legs. Really nice strong breath. Out-breath. Bend the knees. In-breath. Extend away. Out-breath. Close it down. We'll just do another one. Breathing in, all the way up, the arms come up. Out-breath, bend the knees, draw the knees up into the body. In-breath, stand the legs up to the ceiling. Out-breath, bend the knees. In-breath, extend the legs away. Out-breath, close down. Let's just rest there for a moment. You may want to hug your knees. That's what I feel like I want to do, so why not? Make a little circle on the ground. So you're not just making a circle on the ground, you're also making a circle with your knees. So I like to put my hands on top of my kneecaps and just draw a big circle around and around. And change direction, going in the other direction with your knees there. Good. Just enjoy the feeling of the connection with the ground in your lower back. Enjoy that. Give the knees a little squeeze. Rocking and rolling. Place the soles of the feet on the ground. Wide as the mat. Well, actually, you can have a choice. We'll just do some very simple lying twists now. I like to have my feet very wide apart because I love the feeling of that opening that happens in the front of the hip flexor. But you can do this equally. Actually, this is quite a nice one as well. Is if you do this twist and making almost like a big foot, your feet stay together. Yeah, as we do this lying twist. So you can choose. I'll just try both. So I'll start off with my wide feet Arms are flat down either side, or palms flat on the floor, out to the sides. Breathe in through the nostrils, and on the out breath, lower knees down to the left and the head goes over to the right. So we're creating a twist in the spine. Very simple, very supported. Breathing in, lift the knees and head to centre. And breathing out, lowering the knees down to the right, head goes over to the left. Breathe out fully until the next in-breath comes in. The in-breath lifts you up to centre. This is very simple, very restful, hopefully. It just eases out tension, any tension that might come into the body. It just starts to settle you, settle the mind. And really focus on your breath, the in and out breath. And also, you might want to close your eyes just to do this. Also, as I said, you can keep going with that in time with your breath, or you can do this with the feet together. Same thing. Has a slightly different impact on your spine. So you can try either. But do it in time with your breath. The breath is in charge. Okay. We'll make this the last couple. This is a great one to do just on its own. Do this before you go to bed at night, just lying down. You haven't even got to be on the mat. You can even do it on the bed. You know? You can integrate and bring yoga into your day every day. I would strongly recommend practicing every day. That does not mean having to do an hour every day. It could be 2 minutes every day. Make a habit. It's worth it. It will give you 10 times more, if more than that, back. So, come into Shavasana. We're going to just rest for a few minutes. So let your legs stretch out, let the arms be away from the side. Lift the chest slightly, then place it down. Cover yourself with a blanket if you want to. And just allow your body to rest, come into a restful place. Slightly longer relaxation today, but actually what I thought we would do before, I'm going to make sure I had some warmer on, because when you become still you're going to cool down quickly. So grab a blanket, put some socks on, do whatever you feel you need to. If you're lying on the ground, some of you might need a small cushion under your head. This is why I feel like I really would like to be able to see you. Breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through your mouth. Let yourself rest. Feel your breath in your body. Feel your arms and legs heavy on the ground. And if you'd like to try something that's very simple breathing practice as you're doing this, and this is a great thing to learn. It's very simple. Just belly breathing, abdominal breathing. It's a really basic but essential and really practical breathing practice. So you can place your hands on your belly. And as you breathe in, you should feel your belly expanding with that in-breath. And as you breathe out, belly is contracting, getting smaller and shrinking. Just allow yourself to feel that. Expanding on the in-breath, contracting on the out breath. Keep the breath in and out through the nostrils. You might find as you're breathing in, the fingers come apart as you breathe in, as the belly expands, and as you breathe out, the belly contracts. Many of us have been breathing the opposite way for a long time, so this might take a bit of practice. Many of us, as we breathe in, suck the belly in, or actually don't breathe at all, just go around with our breath held all day, or breathing very shallowly. So taking our mind and attention to our breath is key. You can do this before you go to bed at night as well. It's a really good way to slow everything down and come into a more restful state. Allow the belly to expand on the in-breath. And really importantly, most importantly, focus on the out-breath and squeeze all the breath out. The belly button is coming back towards the spine, squeezing out. Yeah, beautiful. Slowly breathing in. And slow, steady out breath also. If it's not easy right now, practice. It's really worth it. I cannot emphasize that enough. So what we're trying to do is lengthen the out breath. And the out breath is key because just by breathing out, this triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. There's something called the vagus nerve, and it's the breathing out also triggers that, and that will help us go into that whole cycle of parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxation response. So breathing out. I'm going to say it so many times because it's the most, I would even call it golden piece of information I ever received. And when you breathe out fully, and by that I mean squeeze everything out so there's nothing left, it invites a deeper in-breath. Simple as that. So you can let that all go now. If you want to continue with that abdominal breathing, you can. Otherwise, just let your breath just be easy now. Soft and easy, like a sleeping baby. Just watching your breath, feeling your body. Just coming out of the relaxation, but you can stay if you want to. Before we do that, just first of all, just deepen your breath a little bit, moving your fingers and toes. So whether you're staying there or not, before we come to seated, and before I direct you towards that, for those of you who want that, I just thought it would be nice to do Chant the Mantra Om together. Again, that's a request I've had from Jenny. I hope you're with us now, Jenny. More chanting, and maybe I'll do a bit more chanting as well another day. And if you've never done this before, don't worry. It's just a good sound to make, and why not try? There's no harm in trying. So take a deep breath in through nostrils, and open your mouth wide. Let your sound out. We're doing everything twice, we'll do that again. Breathing in. To notice how you feel. How does that feel making sound? Good vibrations in the body. So start to move your arms and legs, fingers and toes. Deepen your breath. You might want to hug your knees. You might want to give yourself a full extension on the ground. You might already be seated, but just make your way slowly to seated if you want. And just come to seated. Finish the practice by rubbing the legs, rubbing the arms, looking at your body, accepting this body as it is right now, and if we can, maybe even having gratitude for this body, for this life, for this breath. Rub the palms together, make some fire, heat and energy. Yeah, really go for it. Place that heat and energy over the heart center. Breathe it in. Close your eyes and bring to mind your sankalpa. This is the Sanskrit word for something like an intention or resolve. And this can really help us through these times. Really bringing to mind a positively framed sentence, something that might start with I am or I can. Some suggestions, if you're not sure, is I am loved is a great sankalpa, good reminder. Another one which I've been saying sometimes to myself and to other people is, I can handle this. Yeah, we can. So that's just suggestions. You might have very specific things you want to say to yourself. Imagine that intention is a little seedling in your heart, and you're giving it warmth and energy and your attention. And it will inevitably flourish and grow if you pay attention. Good. Namaste. Thank you so much. And an extra bell, just for luck. And for clarity. Let us all have clarity and well-being. Let us continue to support each other in whatever way feels good. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Stay in contact. Let me know how you are.